this lesson, we'll learn about the anatomy of the ocular adnexa. We will introduce the anatomy of the ocular adnexa. It includes the orbit, eyelids, conjunctiva, lacrimal apparent, and the extraocular muscles. The upper lid ends at the eyebrows. The lower lid emerges into the cheek. The upper and lower eyelids can protect the anterior eyeball. The pleurable fissure transmits at the medial and lateral canthine. The eyelids consist of 5 principal planes of tissues. From superficial to deep, they are skin linear, the subcutaneous anterior linear, muscular laser, transfoplaster, lateral conjunctival. The skin of the eyelid is thin and loose. The free margin of the eyelid is lid margins. There are several glands, including glands of Sas, glands of Mole, and embonpoint glands. The muscle layer includes orbicular ocular muscle, levator, palpebral, superior muscle, and Mueller's muscle. The function of the ocular oculi muscle is to close the lids. It's supplied by the facial nerve. Levator palpebral superior muscle is responsible for opening the eyelids. The lateral is supplied by the superior branch of the oculomotor nerve. Tarsal plates is a dense fibrous tissue layer. It's the main supporting structure of the eyelids. There are ventral membrane glands in the tarsal plates. The lids are lined posteriorly by a layer of mucous membrane, the palpebral conjunctiva, which adhere firmly to the tarsal plates. The conjunctiva is the thin, transparent mucous membrane. The palpebral conjunctiva covers the posterior surface of the lids and firmly adherent to the tarsus. The bulbar conjunctiva covers the anterior surface of the sclera and loosen attached to the orbital septum. The fornical conjunctiva is loose with many folds, which is convenient for eye movement. Fornical conjunctiva contains globate cells, Warfarin gland, and Caros gland. Globate cells can secrete mucus. The mucus, as this forms, pushes aside the globate cell nucleus and is necessary for proper dispersion of the personal tear film. The conjunctival anteriors are derived from the anterior ciliary and palpebral anteriors. Congestion of the anterior ciliary artery is called ciliary congestion. Lacrimal apparence is divided into 2 parts: secretory system and draining system. The secretory system is responsible for the production of tears. It's mainly composed of lacrimal gland and accessory lacrimal gland. Lacrimal gland includes 2 parts: the amondo-shaped orbital protein and the smaller palpebral protein. The accessory lacrimal gland includes the Warfarin gland and Caros gland. They are located in the substance propria of the palpebral conjunctiva. The tear draining system includes lacrimal puncta, lacrimal cannulatum, lacrimal scale, nasolacrimal duct. Tears drain from the lacrimal lake vein, the upper and lower puncta, and cannulatum to the lacrimal scale, which lies in the lacrimal fossa. The nasolacrimal duct contains downward from the sac and opens into the inferior meatus of the nasal cavity, lateral to the inferior trumpet. Tears are directed into puncta by capillary attraction. There are 6 extraocular muscles in each eye, including 4 rectus and 2 oblique muscles. The 4 rectus muscles originate at a common annulus of Zinn surrounding the optic nerve at the posterior apex of the orbit. They are named according to their insertion into the sclera on the medial, lateral, inferior, and superior surface of the eye. The approximate distance of the points of insecretion from the corneal limbers are as follows: medial rectus 5.5 mm, inferior rectus 6.75 mm, lateral rectus 7 mm, and superior rectus 70.5 mm. The superior oblique originates above the middle to the optic foramen. The inferior oblique muscle organs from the nasal side of orbital wall. The principal action of the respective rectus muscles is thus to adduct, abundant, pressure, and elevate the globule. The 2 oblique muscles controls primarily transverse movement and to a lesser extent upward and downward movement of the globule. The oculomotor nerve innervates the medial, inferior, and superior rectus muscles and the inferior oblique muscle. The abductus nerve innervates the lateral rectus muscle. The trochanter nerve innervates the superior optic muscle. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.